want you guys to stand up and look at somebody who was in a chokehold, but now is not in the chokehold no more. She's about to show you guys and give you tips for purpose. I want you to give it up for Erin.
So this box right here, it represents the invisible box that I have carried for a really, really long time. It represents and was built on listening to what other people told me I needed to do, in roles I thought I had to fill, in rules I thought I had to follow. I'm sure most of you have had this too. In fact, raise your hand if you have ever had your own invisible box. Look around, keep your hand raised. Almost all of us, you guys. Okay, so I nerd out, like some of my friends over here. They're social workers and psychology majors, and research, according to the American Medical Association, in 2024 said 54% of women were feeling burned out. 54%. It's more than half of us in this room, you guys. It's crazy. Burnout doesn't mean that we're broken. It means we're boxed in. And I was there. I was there just a few years ago. And I thought if I could just work harder, push more, then I was deserving of rest. Then I could take time to refuel and go again and push harder. But I found out that is not real. Actually, I was working as a manager for other social workers, and I found myself in the parking lot in my office sobbing in my car, trying to muster up the courage to go in and manage a whole team, but I couldn't even manage myself. My life was a mess. And a week prior to that, my coworker, my office mate of 2 years, had a heart attack at work. She was rushed to the hospital, and she passed away. And a week later, we were boxing up her stuff in our office and posting her position. That was not the legacy that I wanted to live. No. So it was time that I found out who I was underneath that. It was time to break the rules, to bust out of the box. And when we're healing, I gotta set this down, it's time. When we're healing, it's where we meet ourselves, right? When we reinvent ourselves, that's when we turn into leadership. That's when we lead ourselves to that next level. So I found myself leading myself and then leading other women. I'm watching my mom cry, so I'm getting emotional. My mom's here in the room. Woo! I found myself leading myself and leading other women. In fact, a client of mine, not the Lauren that's here today, thank you for being here, Lauren, but another Lauren, she came to me, a fellow social worker, and said, Erin, I want more for my life. And we dreamt and we sat together, and I walked her through my burnout to badass method. And she said, I want to write a book and I want to speak on stages. Within 3 months of working with her, she wrote a book, and she is now speaking on stages across the country to other women about life after toxic relationships. Talk about reinvention. She couldn't be here today, but she's an amazing human. So when I started to reinvent myself, it led me to Jesse Cruz, our DJ of the day, which then led me to his beautiful wife, Desiree, who led me to Nikki Cuesta. We cruised on a ship together. I see you girls in the back in red. But that wasn't it. That wasn't the end. Then they led me to all of these women that I get to share this stage with today. It's an amazing, humbling experience, and I'm so blessed, so blessed. So I want you to ask yourself these questions. Who was I before these roles and rules? What have I abandoned inside of myself? And if I didn't need permission, who do I want to be? Okay, so I don't want you to leave this room just inspired today. Here's your call to action. I want you to leave this room ignited. Woo! Ignited. Get to know every single person in this room. Get their name, get their number, go for a walk with them, meet them for coffee, get on a Zoom with them. I don't care what it is, because together we are more powerful. Together we are stronger. So get to know me, and let's light this world on fire. Thank you, guys.